Hi, I'm State Senator Neil Breslin, and I'd like to wish everyone out there a very happy Memorial Day. And you know, the people in Watervliet have a great TV station, and I'd like to wish them the same. WVLT.
Hi, I'm Amity Reynolds from Brunswick Naval Air Station in Maine with a Navy salute to our veterans. My father was a Navy pilot, and my brother is currently serving in Iraq. And when we're in town, we watch WVLT Channel 17.
I want to wish all of you a happy Memorial Day, all of you listeners to WVLT Channel 17.
Hi, this is Colonel Kevin Moore from Watervliet Arsenal. I want to wish everybody a happy Memorial Day and remind you at 3 p.m. this afternoon to take a moment and pause and remember those great servicemen and women who have given so much for our country. And thank you for watching WVLT Channel 17.
Hello everyone, I'm Mary Jo Hughes, and you are joining us today at Watervliet's 2011 Memorial Day Parade. The parade starts at Watervliet High School, heads east down 19th Street to the bridge, turns south onto Route 32, and ends at Veterans Memorial Park right across from the Watervliet Post Office. Many organizations and companies will be among the participants, but most importantly, the participants are you, who are remembering our mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, sons and daughters, who have sacrificed so much for our country. Now, let's join in on the parade. Hi, and we are with 3 young people today watching the Watervliet Memorial Day Parade, and your name is?
Charles. Cassandra. Andrew.
And where are you from, Charles?
Watervliet.
How old are you?
13.
What school do you go to?
Watervliet Junior Senior High School.
And how old are you and where do you go to school?
I'm 17 and I go to Lansingburg High School. 13 and I go to Lansingburg Middle School.
And you two are Charles's cousins,
Yeah.
correct? Okay, and you're all here to see the Watervliet Memorial Day Parade. How fantastic is that? How many times have you seen the parade, Charles?
About 3 or 4.
3 or
5.
Maybe 3 or 4 or maybe 5, and I'll tell you, it's always fantastic, isn't it? It's always fun. Is this your first time here?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, and you're here because you're Charles's cousins, right? Okay, now, in addition to watching the Memorial Day Parade here at Watervliet, what are your plans for today?
I'm probably going to go back to my house, have a cookout with my brother.
And you too?
Yes.
Everybody loves a cookout. What's your favorite picnic food?
Cheeseburgers.
Oh, everybody loves cheeseburgers. How about yours, Cassandra?
I like macaroni salad.
And Andrew?
Macaroni salad too.
Macaroni salad seems to be the winner. I don't know. That's pretty good with cheeseburgers too, isn't it? Now, how will you be celebrating Memorial Day in addition to the cookout?
We'll probably go to my grandfather's grave, put a flag over it because he was in World War II and served in the Navy for the Pacific, down in the Pacific.
Oh, that is fantastic, and that's what Memorial Day is all about, and you will be joining Charles as well, correct?
Yes, meeting with the family and getting together.
Yeah. So when you see these American flags walking down the street in the parade, you think about your grandfather?
Yeah. I never got to know him because he died before I was born, but my mom tells me so much about him. I'm proud to be his grandson.
And definitely a true American. Do you have a favorite patriotic song?
Yeah, I'm proud to be an American.
Really? Okay, and you?
Yeah, the same one.
The same one?
Me too.
No way, all 3. Do you remember last year when WVLT traveled to the New York State Fair and interviewed Lee Greenwood? And you know, we were talking ahead of time. Lee Greenwood wrote that song in a morning in 20 minutes. How fantastic is that? And it's amazing, and it is one of the most beautiful songs we could hear.
I have to agree with that.
Yes. Well, happy Memorial Day to all of you. Thank you so much for being here. Enjoy the parade, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Hi, and we are joining 2 magnificent, one handsome young gentleman and one handsome young lady. What's your name?
Isaiah. And? Sophia.
Sophia, how old are you?
7.
Where do you go to school?
Watervliet Elementary.
And how old are you, Isaiah, and where do you go to school?
6, and I go to
Watervliet
Elementary.
You go to Watervliet Elementary, but both of you went to St. Bridget's before it closed, didn't you?
Yes.
What did you think about the school?
It was awesome.
It was awesome. Wasn't St. Bridget's awesome?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, in addition to watching the Watervliet Memorial Day Parade, what are your plans for the rest of the day?
Barbecuing and swimming.
Barbecuing and swimming. What's your favorite picnic food, Isaiah? Ice cream?
Hot dogs, meat.
Hot dogs and meat, right? And yours?
Ice cream.
Ice cream. What flavor, Sophia?
Sherbet.
Sherbet. Oh, that's great. Rainbow sherbet or any particular color?
Rainbow.
Rainbow sherbet. That is fantastic. Now, I understand that you come from an extremely military family. When you see these flags that will be coming down in the parade, do you think about your stepfather, who was in the Coast Guard 8 years and served two tours in Iraq?
Yes.
Yes, and you have a grandfather that was in World War II?
Yes.
Yeah. Is your grandfather still with us, or?
No.
No, he's not with us. Well, he certainly was a hero, just like your stepfather and so many other of your family members that have served in the military. Is this your first time at the parade, Sophia?
No.
No? How many times have you seen it?
A couple.
A couple of times. What do you think about the parade?
Good.
Good? Is it good? Well, you two have a very happy Memorial Day parade. Thank you for joining us.
Who were killed in action, so they were added just as.
Where am I going to go?
That's right. You got to go like this.
Where am I going to go? If you can't hear me.
Parade has finally arrived here in Watervliet, and it's being led by Walter Ellis and the Watervliet Police Square vehicle leading the parade, followed by the Watervliet Police Honor and Color Guard with our colors.
A Watervliet cruiser is leading the Watervliet Memorial Day Parade.
Our Councilwoman Ellen Kirby and our Councilman Nick Lister. So a big welcome.
Followed by the Watervliet Police Color Guard. Mayor Mike Manning of Watervliet is following behind them with Councilwoman Ellen Fogarty. Police Chief Boisvert.
County Legislator Bob Preston of Watervliet. County Legislator Phil Stafford Company. And our Watervliet Police Chief Ronald A. Boisvert Jr. How about a big hand for our people and also City of Portland, Assistant Sue Ryan Rivera. For welcome to all our officials who will be coming under the reviewing stand.
Okay, Mark, you gotta go out dry, all right? Girls, go all the way down.
Take your wallet out.
I got it. Could you just go all the way down to the insert?
Behind is the Excelsior Drum and Bugle Corps, which will lead the Royal Marshal contingent.
VFW Post 729 is passing by us with all of these honored veterans. Approaching is the Watervliet Arsenal, the arsenal for the brave.
Stop right here, folks. Right here. Stop.
Is a sampling of the finest examples of military manufacturing as shown by cannon and water tools that were designed by the British Laboratory.
All right, please raise your hand. I state your full name. Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. That I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of the officers appointed over me, according to the regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God. Congratulations. Welcome to the Army.
Colonel Mark Micheletti, commander of the Watervliet Arsenal, has just sworn in new recruits into the Army. Congratulations, men and women.
When you get down to the end of the block, that's where they break up. Thank you.
Keep going, folks. All the way down the end.
Approaching now are some of the finest materials manufactured by the Watervliet Arsenal and Benet Laboratories. 155 millimeter cannon, 120 millimeter mortar, manufactured at the Watervliet Arsenal. This is a replica manufactured at Hudson Valley Community College. Hats off to our fine men and women at the Watervliet Arsenal. What a beautiful day for a Memorial Day parade here in Watervliet.
As part of the mutual great aid agreement with our city and Arsenal. Welcome to Watervliet Arsenal firefighters, right coming up in the red bullet.
parade would be complete without seeing the Watervliet Arsenal firefighters and emergency services. Thank you, Watervliet Arsenal, for helping our city in times of need.
How you doing? Good to see you guys again.
In loving memory of Sergeant David Michael Fisher, our local hometown hero, who gave all in Operation Iraqi Freedom. Thank you, David Fisher, for your service and your sacrifice to our country. Our disabled veterans, thank you. You are the best of the best. Approaching is the Watervliet Lodge 1500 Watervliet Elks, the best people on earth.
On a hand for Michael Langford.
I don't want yours.
You get me?
Remind me to talk to you on Wednesday. I want your data.
Yeah.
I'm going to begin. Here's the Watervliet Fire Department, our Blazers, led by Captain Chief Scott Skinner.
Approaching are our first responders, Watervliet's bravest and finest, the Watervliet Fire Department. Led by Captain Tom Egan, the bravest of the brave. Thank you, Watervliet Fire Department. Watervliet Fire Department EMS ambulance. And now the Watervliet Parade welcomes the sons and daughters of Aaron Pipe Band from Albany.
Watervliet Housing Authority, as you know, WVLT Channel 17 is owned and operated by the Watervliet Housing Authority. The Watervliet Historical Society, led by President Tom Robusta, followed by his wife Mary Lou. For those of you who have not had the opportunity to visit the museum, it's a must. Get down there. It's fabulous. It's a 1947 Lincoln Continental. Green Island Transit. Here is the Redemption Church of Christ, 1511 6th Avenue, Uptown Watervliet. Thank you for being a part of our parade. And for those of you who are not familiar with the Redemption Church of Christ, you may see them in malls, outside of supermarkets and stores selling their baked goods. Trust me, the best sweets on earth. The Immaculate Heart of Mary Parish. Watervliet used to have several Catholic churches. Now we are combining into one that will be on 7th Avenue in Watervliet. The new name, Immaculate Heart of Mary Parish. St. Bridget's and St. Patrick's will be closing at the end of this summer. The pastor, Father Edward Dimity, Mary's Soup Kitchen, all kinds of activities. Come and take a look at the parish. A great place to be with great people. Coming up, Trinity Episcopal Church. For those of you who have not visited Trinity or have not seen our show on Trinity, it's a must. Get down there. One of the most beautiful churches in Watervliet. Great people, fabulous folk group. You have to hear their folk group on a Sunday morning. Meneely Bell, a great church. Father Martin Wendell, pastor. Dutch Reformed Germain Church, 5th Avenue and 6th Street in Port Schuyler. Another beautiful church, beautiful woodwork. It's a must to see. Albany Academy of Dance, 16th Street in Watervliet, Sherry Connery. What is this we see coming up? Who do we see? Who is this man in the red, white, and blue? By golly, I think it's our very own beloved Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam Wilson, buried in Oakwood Cemetery in Troy, a meat packer. Stamped his packages U.S. We took it as Uncle Sam. Tygon Academy approaching. As you know, Tygon is a great contributor to the Halloween parade, the Undead, Jim Verhagen's Halloween extravaganza at the Dome.
Yeah, let's get her top. Matt has to point it out to her.
This year, 150th anniversary of the Civil War. Our Civil War reenactors, Jim Verhagen. And hats off to our fine reenactors.
Hey, Brian.
Join us at the end of August. I believe it's August 20th and 21st down at Schuyler Flats, 1st Street in Watervliet, for a fabulous Civil War reenactment. If you will come down in August, you will see Abraham Lincoln. You will see John Wilkes Booth.
From South Troy. Don't you forget it. I Bobby, let's roll over for you. Stay right there.
This is Morgan's Artillery, the Civil War Reenactors Group. And you can see that they are donning horror masks. Remember Halloween at the Dome. This coming Halloween, every year bigger and better. This is the Watervliet Wind Warriors. Anyone who loves to fly planes, this is your chance.
How you doing, sir? Damn it! I'm still dead.
My sister. Let's go.
Watervliet Little League.
Ah, there
Approaching now is the Watervliet Green Island Girl Scouts and Tahoe's Girl Scouts.
Hey, what's up?
Watervliet Public Library, a member of the Upper Hudson Library Group. Anything you want, anything you need, you can get it at the Watervliet Public Library. From medical issues to magazines to DVDs. The Animal House. Professional pet grooming. I believe the parade is now going to the dogs. The Animal House Professional Pet Grooming. www.proposedanimalhouse.com. I see a multicolored rainbow group of dogs here. How cute are they? Can they get any cuter? Wish I could take them all home with me. And now coming up is Team Tygon, the Tycon Academy in Port Schuyler. Martial arts today is not only a skill, not only a talent, in some cases it's a necessity. Team Tygon. This activity teaches skill, teamwork, discipline, and of course is invaluable in self-defense. Team Tygon, mixed martial arts.
Hey, what's this guy? I know you know where it is. How you doing? How about you?
What is this we hear? JJ Cycle? I think the boys are back in town. JJ Cycle for a ride on the wild side. now the Watervliet High School Cannoneers. More heroic first responders, Green Island Fire Department.
Going on the step, Bob Dudley.
Schuyler Heights Fire Department. Town of Colony, Schuyler Heights Fire Department. The Manans Fire Department. Maplewood Fire Department.
Mar, no. No, Mari. Come here. No, come. So we can talk. Come. So we can talk.
Don't touch down hard. Play it on everybody. Play it on everybody.
Sorry.
Good morning.
All right, come on,
My name is Charlie Diamond. I would like to thank VFW Post 729 and the City of Watervliet for inviting me to be the Master of Ceremonies for today's program. You will notice on the front page of your program that the parade and this ceremony are dedicated to those who have served and those currently serving. Please keep them in your thoughts, prayers, and daily reflection. We will begin the program with the Pledge of Allegiance. Please join Girl Scout Troop 1552 as they recite the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Troop 1552. The Americas, or National Tree, was written in 1917 by William Tyler Page. Ben Messina, representing Boy Scout Troop 610, will read the American's Creed.
I believe in the United States of America as a government of the people, by the people, for the people, whose just powers are derived from the consent of the governed, a democracy and a republic, a sovereign nation of many sovereign states, a perfect union, one and inseparable, established upon those principles of freedom, equality, justice, and humanity, for which American patriots sacrificed their life and fortunes. I therefore believe it is my duty to my country to love it, to support its Constitution, to obey its laws, to respect its flag, and defend it against all enemies.
Thank you, Eddie. I now invite Melissa and Elaine Miles, students of Redemption Christian Academy, to lead us in the national anthem.
Oh yeah, I have that. Yeah. Come to my house. You see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang, the one bursting in
bro. I would cry.
Reverend David Holmes from the Redemption Church of Christ Apostolic Faith will provide the invocation. Reverend Holmes.
Let us pray. Oh God and Father, our Lord, we thank you for this day that you've given us, for this is the day that the Lord has made, and we'll rejoice and be glad in it. We take it for granted so often, the freedoms and the liberty that you give us, our health and our strength, and today we give you the honor and we give you the thanks. Lord, remember all those that aren't here, that have gone before us. We're praying that you continue to shine the spotlight of your grace and your mercy upon us. And we'll honor and praise and glorify your name in all that we say and do. In Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Holmes. Before Mayor Manning offers remarks, I would like to recognize the Parade Grand Marshal, Jack Schlegel. Jack is a lifelong resident of Watervliet who served in the Army's Infantry Command from 1943 to 1946. He was part of the June 6, 1944 invasion when 160,000 Allied troops landed on the beaches of Normandy, France, what we know as D-Day. Jack continued his service to our country and community by working at the Watervliet Arsenal for 34 years, followed by 13 years of employment at Watervliet City Hall. Please stand and be recognized, Grand Marshal Jack Schlegel. Incidentally, Jack and his wife Ellen celebrated 62 years of marriage yesterday. And now, the 14th Mayor of the City of Watervliet will continue tradition and provide the introduction of dignitaries and the opening address. I present to you Navy veteran and Watervliet's pride, Mayor Mike Manning.
Thank you, Charlie. I'd like to start by welcoming everyone here today and thank you for participating, whether marching or watching the parade. It was another huge success. And special thanks to Bob Loy and his debut for organizing the event. Great job. How about a hand for Bob Loy? And the rest of the team. Like everything else here in Watervliet, it's not a one-man show. Bob had a lot of help. We had some volunteers from the Albany County facility helped us out. We're a big help, as long as our staff here in Watervliet. With us here today, kind of in a my right to left, my right, your left. On the panel up here, Pastor of McElhart Mary, Father Ed Dimeke, Acting Fire Chief Scott Skinner, Police Chief Ron Boisford, Albany County Clerk Tom Klingen, Albany County Sheriff James Campbell, Thomas B. Flynn Post Commander Henry Hatchline, VFW Post Commander David Wagner, Grand Marshal Jack Schlegel, who we've already met, Commander of the Arsenal Colonel Mark Micheletti, Charlie Diamond, our Master of Ceremonies, Councilwoman Ellen Foglia. We've got two council persons with the same first name. So let me start with Councilperson Ellen Fogarty, Councilman Nick Foglia. In her first term in mayor, from our neighbors in Manans, Mayor Megan Grenier. Assemblyman Ron Canistrari, who had to leave for another event. Thank you, Ron, for coming. County Legislator Sean Ward, who was also with us. County Legislator Phil Steck. And Reverend David Holmes from Redemption Church. I'm going to keep it very brief today so we can get on with the program, but again, a lot of thanks to go around. This was a great community event. There's nothing better than walking down 19th and onto 2nd and seeing
everyone turn out to participate in this. The list of those who wish to join and march to the parade gets longer every year, and we hope to keep this great tradition going and culminate it down here in our Veterans Memorial Park. It's in great shape, as usual, for this event. And when we get here, we can keep in mind the reason we're here. The parade and the participation, everything is nice, but Memorial Day is, as its name says, is to remember those who gave their lives in service of this country, in defense of this country, so that the last weekend in May every year we can do things like this. So I'd like everyone to enjoy the rest of their weekend, but keep in mind why we're able to do that in such a great place like the United States and here in the city of Watervliet. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for your very impressive remarks. And now the military selection will be offered by the Sons and Daughters of Erin from Albany, New York. Regrets that he can't be with us today. He sends his best wishes and a letter to the mayor of the city of Watervliet, recognizing the dedication and service that our veterans have given to protect and defend our country. Mr. Mayor, I'll give you the letter after proceedings. And now, our memorial address. Colonel Mark Bigoletti is the 57th commander of the 198-year-old Watervliet Arsenal. Before he began his command at the Arsenal, he completed 2 tours of duty in Iraq and served in numerous leadership and staff positions in the Army. It is an honor and my privilege to introduce Colonel Micheletti to provide today's memorial address.
Mr. Mayor, thank you so much for having Watervliet Arsenal participate once again in this fantastic event. Veterans, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, today is 30 May. Americans around our country are observing Memorial Day. Some people look at it as a day off, first day of the summer season, the day we open up our swimming pools. Others remember today, the 30th Memorial Day, as Decoration Day, a day of remembrance of those who sacrificed their lives defending our nation. You know, Decoration Day was a ritual of remembrance and reconciliation after the Civil War. Since then, it's evolved to honor all Americans who lost their lives in military service. Every year, the President of the United States lays a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldiers. Members of the 3rd Infantry will lay over 290,000 flags at the gravestones at Arlington National Cemetery. There's other ways that we are celebrating today. Your involvement here today, walking down the street, is an observance of Memorial Day, a celebration of those lives that paid the ultimate price for our freedom. Our President and our Congress has asked us today at 3 o'clock for a moment of silence to remember those who have paid that price. And we're not just talking about our military, we're talking about our policemen, our firemen, all those who have paid the price in service to a community, to a nation. So today at 3 o'clock, I ask you to take pause and remember those. Remember those faces. Remember those that paid the ultimate price. You know, it all began in 1775 with the call to duty. At Lexington and Green, Captain Jonas Parker and 75 armed Minutemen stood up and faced over 600 hardened British regulars. Since then, generations have worn the uniform, fought both on domestic and foreign soil. And the call to duty continues today, not only for our servicemen, but those who serve our community. We have veterans that fought in Europe. The 10th Mountain Division, they confronted the enemy on the Italian Alps. And those who struggled on the beaches of Normandy. Our Korean veterans fought the bitter winter in Korea. Our Vietnam veterans, the steamy jungles of Vietnam. We've chased terrorists over 10,000-foot mountaintops in eastern Afghanistan. We swinted against the dusty wind and the bleak, empty landscape of Iraq. These are no ordinary people. They place themselves in extraordinary circumstances. Veterans are people who know the meaning of courage and those who did not return home. Those we will remember. Let me commend all of you for your hard work for putting on this fabulous Memorial Day parade and celebration. I'm honored to be here with you today. And remember, today at 3 o'clock, whatever you're doing, remember, Memorial Day is not the first day the poll opens. It's not the first day of summer. It's not just another day off. It's a day to remember those who have served our country and served our community. Thank you for having me here today. God bless America, and God bless you.
Thank you, Colonel, for that inspirational and very powerful message. Now, the Watervliet High School Band, under the direction of Terry Bradway, will entertain us with their rendition of This Is My Country. Nicely done. The next portion of our program is the blessing of the wreath in memory of our deceased veterans. Will the following please step forward? Honors to the flag will be represented by Richard C. Williams, Jr., past Post Commander of the American Legion Post. The salute to the deceased provided by VFW Post 729 Rifle Squad, and the Watervliet High School Band will follow with taps composed in 1862 by Union General Daniel Butterfield. Thank you for that touching tribute. I have been asked to make closing remarks, and I would be remiss if I didn't thank the parade participants, the committee, particularly Bob Loya, who incidentally grew all of these flowers at our dome on 13th Street, Bill Millett, and all of you assembled here today, and most importantly, our honored veterans, those here and those past. I would ask that you indulge me for about 3 minutes. All of the wars that our service men and women fought in had a dramatic impact on life in America, most often in different and sometimes tragic ways. And in my closing remarks, I would like to provide a snapshot, if you will, an illustration of why we take time to reflect and honor today. This handwritten letter is dated 11 September 1943. Dear folks, remember me? This is your son John writing. I know it's been quite a while since I wrote, but we have been quite busy lately. Moved again. I'm back in the first place that I wrote you about some time ago. How is the family? Marion? Ned? Bobby? And there are personal tidbits that I'll omit that, but the letter goes on to read. Well, Ma, the war situation looks pretty good now, don't you think? If they only keep going the way they are, we will be home a lot sooner than you think. Once Germany is out, it won't take long before it's over. Guess I'll close now. I hope I haven't riled the censors. My best, love, Jack. 2 months later, 17 November 1943. Dear Mrs. Diamond, it is regret that I learned of the crash of an airplane belonging to this squadron on November 10th, in which your son, John James Diamond, was the plane captain. The plane in which your son was flying was seen to go into a spin from which it did not recover. All of the crew, except your son, were recovered from the wrecked plane, but due to the difficulty in salvaging and that the plane was in water, your son was not found. Words are of little help at such a time, but it is my fervent hope that the knowledge of your son's loyalty to our country and his patriotic participation in the essential work of the aviation branch of its defense forces will comfort you in your sorrow. I wish to extend sincere sympathy to you in your great loss. Sincerely, John Gammon, Lieutenant Commander, Bombing Squadron, U.S. Navy. Today, it's my fervent hope that our nation takes pause and remembers those like Jack, David Fisher, John Storelli, Billy McNulty, and the countless others who made that sacrifice. To all past, we will always remember, and those present, from our heart, we offer our deepest gratitude and respect. And now I invite Father Edward Dymeke, pastor of the Immaculate Heart of Mary Parish, to offer benediction.
Eternal Lord, ever-loving God, we give you thanks for the privilege of meeting on this beautiful Memorial Day. in this land of freedom. We are especially conscious of those who have made the supreme sacrifice in the cause of freedom and devotion to you and to our country. Members of the armed forces, members of our police force, our fire departments. We're also conscious of those who have been disabled in the course of their duties. Help us to assist them in relieving their pain and suffering. Give them hope and courage to face sometimes an uncertain future. On this day of sacred memory, we ask for the grace and pray to live more noble lives, to become better servants of you, our living God, better fathers and mothers, better sons and daughters, better citizens of America and of our world. Until that great day when there shall be no more war, grant us strength to live as you have taught us to live. We pray this in your holy name.
Thank you, Father. The committee invites you to the VFW post for a brief ceremony they do every year in an open house. I hope that you will take their invitation. Please go to the VFW. Thank you very much. God bless you, veterans.
And joining us now is the commander of the Watervliet Arsenal, Colonel Mark Migaletti. Colonel, thank you for joining us today. How are you?
Great. Thank you for having me here today.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a military brat. My father served in the military. He actually served in the Marines in World War II, Vietnam, and Korean War. He retired, and we ended up spending our time in New Jersey, so I call South Jersey home. It's a great place. I'm a diehard Philadelphia Phillies and Philadelphia sports fan. The Army has always been a part of our life. I can tell you I've never been without an ID card, a military identification card. So when I graduated from high school, it seemed like a natural transition that I should do something in the military. So I enlisted in the Army, went to West Point Prep School, and then I went to West Point. So I've never been without a military ID card, and I'm serving 24 years as of May 27th, 1987.
How did you get interested in the military and why?
Again, it was just my father, and I served as a lifeguard at Fort Dix, New Jersey. So I was around soldiers, and I enjoyed doing that type of stuff. And the Army is an outdoor team sport, and I like being outdoors, and I like playing team sports. So it seemed like a natural fit.
What advice would you give, Colonel, to young men and women thinking about joining military service?
It's real simple. You got to have it right here. You got to want to serve people. You got to want to go out there and be willing to lay your life on the line, and knowing what that true sacrifice means. And if you're thinking about it and you can't answer that question, will you do that? And do you have the same values as our nation? You might want to think twice about it. And again, if you like being outdoors and you like playing team sports, then you're willing to join the military.
Your thoughts on today, Memorial Day?
No better day to think about those people who have given their life, and it's bigger than just the Department of Defense and the military. It's those first responders, it's our policemen, it's our firefighters, those who gave their lives in service to a community and to our nation.
Well, it's an honor to be in any Memorial Day service, and you have been in today's Watervliet Memorial Day Parade, and we'd like to thank you for your service to our country.
Thank you very much, ma'am, and have a great day. And remember, at 3 o'clock, have a moment of silence for those who paid the ultimate price.
Will do.
Thank you very much.
Hatter my ass!
You are joining us now in Port Schuyler at VFW Post 729 with the Commander, David Wagner. David, how are you doing today?
Fine, ma'am. Thank you.
Tell us about your post.
Well, we're Post 729 here in Watervliet on Broadway. We've been here close to, at this position, probably about 75 years, maybe 80. And we have dinners here once in a while. We have tried to put on different occasions, and different members, you know, from all the different posts come here and enjoy themselves, relax, reminisce about the other, their service heroics and whatever it might be. And, you know, we just have a good old time between the wives, the husbands, and hopefully we get other people to join us who are members of the military or who have served in wartime to come and join this post. It's a great experience, and you'll meet a lot of comrades here.
And I understand from your better half you will be having an upcoming garage sale.
Yes, we're going to try to have it late August or in September to try and raise money for the club.
Now, David, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm one of 14 kids.
Wow.
I'm actually number 7. I graduated from Mount Pleasant High School in Schenectady, which is now not there because they joined both schools. 7 days after graduation from there, I was right down in Parris Island, the Marine Corps base. And did there, went to Camp Lejeune in North Carolina, and then directly over to Vietnam.
How did you become interested in joining the military?
Something I've always wanted to do. Something for our country. Our country needed us at the time, and I wasn't one to turn it down.
We are celebrating our freedom today because of the vets now serving and those who have gone before us. What does Memorial Day mean to you?
Honoring our dead, honoring our members who have fought and who are about to go over and fight, and anybody that joins the military. They mean so much because without them, for what they have done and what the ones that are doing now, we wouldn't have no freedom. And this would not be the United States. It might be a communist country. We don't know what it would be. So that's what it means, to keep our freedom and our families secure.
David, how will you be celebrating today?
Well, we're having a ceremony here. We had our parade here in Watervliet, and we're having an open house right afterwards where I will be behind the bar. So I will be getting acquainted with a lot of new people that I haven't met, and some I have met, and honoring our dead, and those are the #1 priorities.
Commander David Wagner, VFW Post 729, thank you and happy Memorial Day.
Thank you, and have a nice day.
Can you hear me? Reward.
On behalf of the Ladies Auxiliary, Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States, I place this emblem of eternity. Its colors bespeak life everlasting. Thus do we immortalize the brave deeds of our soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines who have given their lives on land, on sea, and in the air.
Auxiliary chaplain, read the names of the deceased sisters, read the auxiliary prayer.
I have a message of hope that should inspire our comrades at this solemn moment and all through life. He says, I am the resurrection of the life, and he that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whoever liveth in me and believeth in me shall never die.
On behalf of our glorious republic, for those integrity our comrades serve, to our departed comrades who rendered a silent salute, a moment of silence. The silent land beyond, wherever your mortal remains may rest. These solemn services will hold in tribute to you. Post color guards who dip the post color.
Port, park. Ready? Aim, fire. Aim, fire. Aim. Port, park. Present, park. Order, park.
This concludes a remembrance ceremony. Thank you for being here.
Hi, and now we're inside the Watervliet VFW Post 729, and we're speaking with
Mr. Lawrence.
Fred Lawrence, correct?
Yeah.
What branch of service were you in, Fred?
The Navy. Yeah.
And where did you see action?
In Korea.
In Korea.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on Memorial Day?
It's a day that should be devoted, devoted to the people who served and some who lost their lives during the Korea, all wars in defense of the United States.
Now, after the parade, how will you be celebrating Memorial Day?
I will be going to another parade in Wineskill.
Every man and woman in uniform has given a part of themselves for our country. What does freedom mean to you?
That means the ability and the right to enjoy the freedoms that our country has granted us through people who served in the military. And it's not, in my opinion, something with a situation of going here, going there, whatever it might be, something of a situation commercialized, and it is too commercialized today. It should be a remembrance, and I've served in other countries, and I know whenever there's a holiday such as this, all respect is paid to those who served their country, and of course those who died for their country.
Mr. Lawrence, very well said. Thank you for your service to our country, and happy Memorial Day.
Okay, thank you.
Thank Thank you for joining us at Watervliet's 2011 Memorial Day Parade. And remember, if you love your freedom, thank a vet. I'm Mary Jo Hughes, and you're watching Watervliet's Viewers, local television, owned and operated by the Watervliet Housing Authority, WVLT. Happy Memorial Day.
Hi, this is Major General Pat Murphy, Adjutant General, New York, and I want to wish everybody a happy Memorial Day.
My name is Robert Gasperi. I'm a Navy veteran, and I'd just like to wish everyone a happy Memorial Day weekend.
Hi, this is Paul Tonko, your representative in Congress. I wish you well this Memorial Day weekend, and I do hope in the midst of all the family activity, you will find time for solemn reflection on the contributions of this nation's great veterans. They have offered us our quality of life. We owe them our great thanks.
While taping a show at Pearl Harbor in Hawaii in 1961, Elvis raised money to build the USS Arizona Memorial, which was completed the following year. Hi, I'm Donnie Elvis Romines, a tribute artist, and I'd like to wish everyone watching WVLT Channel 17 a happy Memorial Day. Thank you.
There are those who dedicate themselves to a sense of honor, to a life of courage, and a commitment to something greater than themselves.